Good morning, Ode.
Good morning, Romark.
So, we are in Tokyo, and I think you need to be more festive. And check this out.
What the f? Well, we're going to check out the competition arena and the equipment. Right now I'm watching Arnold interview on men's health. He's pretty funny.
My name is Pat Coleman.
And what are you doing here in Japan?
Sometimes I wonder, but basically I'm originally from Hawaii. Came here about a little over 25 years ago. Worked for the federal government. Was the chief of fitness and sports for the Air Force over here in Japan for all these years. Then I retired 2 years ago, and putting on special events for the military over here, the armed forces folks, man.
So give me the detail about this festival coming up. What is it about?
Man, this thing is huge. It's been going on for at least 30 years. It's like you know, as they call it, Friendship Festival. They open the base up to the local national people, and you get from anywhere from 200,000. In the old days, they used to get like 400,000 people come through on for 2 days. I mean, it was unbelievable. So it's just a thing where the Americans, they just go and they roll out the hospitality carpet. They put out the, you know, they do American pie. They do fucking fried chicken and all this kind of stuff and everything like that. And they just have a good time, man. I mean, the local nationals come on base, they partake of all the stuff they need to do, and everybody has a good time. Ode is here as a strongman guest exhibition / official for our strongman challenge, and it's we've been doing this for like 15 years. The cool thing about it is that Ode is actually, this is the second time he's here. He was here before. He came with Jesse Marunde, and they performed for us over here. To, you know, we're talking about 4,000 or 5,000 people in the crowd, just kind of watching it, sitting out in the sun to watch the you know, the strongman exhibitions. And it really started here in Japan because basically there were no strongman competitions in Japan for such a long time, well, ever, I think, and then especially one that has Japanese and U.S. competitors going against each other. So we started this about 15 years ago, and it's been going on ever since. Well, hopefully what we'll do is, we have time. I mean, we've got a little less than 3 hours that we're going to be doing this, but hopefully what's going to happen is that he'll be able to do the inch dumbbell. We're going to kind of modify it so that I think we got a 150-pound dumbbell, and we're going to put the fat grips on them. And we're going to probably we'll have to test it out first, make sure, because we like to have the crowd come and try see if they can have their way at it, just to see how heavy it is, and then Ode would go out there and just kind of pick it up and flip it around, and, you know, do a couple cartwheels with it and stuff like that, so they'll be like, oh wow, that kind of thing, right? And what we'll probably do too is have Ode pull the bus. We have a 45-passenger bus. It's like an airport limousine type bus, and that is the best thing about the whole strongman thing, is because we fill the bus up with Japanese kids. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. They go crazy, man. The parents bring them up there. They fill up the bus. We put like 70 kids on the bus, man, and they're all happy, you know, getting pictured, photo ops and stuff like that. And the strongman and Ode will pull it. And they get all turned on. It's so funny, man. It's just hilarious.
Right now we're going to go and have some breakfast.
I can't believe you're wearing that sweater in public.
When in Japan, be a Japanese. Isn't this a national costume?
National costume.
We'll see a bunch of people like this, dressed like this.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any yet, though.
Wait, you brought Brian Shaw to the show?
Yeah, Brian's been here too. Yeah. So he was such a quiet, we call him Majime. He was just a nice guy, yeah. You know. I mean, shit. He was like 100 pounds lighter at that time.
Yeah. Which is still like 350 or 325. I lived in Hawaii for about 10 years. Competed in strongman several years, but I won Hawaii Strongest Man 3 times.
Curtis Leffler, remember him?
Yeah.
Who's Curtis Leffler?
He was a bodybuilder.
A bodybuilder that also tried himself a strongman. He was 3-time Hawaii Strongest Man as well.
Yeah.
And he was the guy that got me actually. I started doing strongman because I was coaching him when he was doing it, and I said, you know, shit, I can do this. Yeah, the way I got started in strongman was I'd always been a bodybuilder since I was a young kid, and I did all kinds of strength sports, but but I didn't compete after college. Much after college, I got more busy with work and so forth. But I was always training, and I did what I called functional bodybuilding. And so I was quite functional, but I was also, being a bodybuilder. But just, I was an executive, so I didn't have that much time, or I didn't take the time. But then I started powerlifting. Gus Redford started with powerlifting.
Yeah.
He said, so I started with powerlifting, but from powerlifting, I was also helping out Curtis Leffler when he first competed in Hawaii Strongest Man. I hadn't planned on competing, and I didn't. But anyway, I was helping him, and he won it against all odds because all the powerlifters thought they were going to kick his ass because
he was a bodybuilder.
because he was a bodybuilder, and everybody else knew the events. He didn't know anything about these events.
But he did. He must.
But he was, and he technically was very poor, but he was very strong, and so I helped him. And then for the next year, I helped him again. Then I helped him prepare a little bit for it instead of just helping him at the contest, because I just happened to be in the audience when he was competing. And then the third year, I said, "This shit, I'm competing too." And I think I got 4th place the first time I competed.
How old were you?
Probably 45, 46.
How old were you when you first qualified for World Strongest?
Well, I should have qualified in both in 1999 when I was 49 because I won the America's Strongest Man, but they didn't invite me. So I was actually 51 when I first was invited.
Did you order that?
Yes, he did.
That's the appetizer. I gotta take a picture of that. Ed Cohen, is a great guy, and he's also a very, very giving person. So he helps everybody out and so forth like that. So he has a connection to Norway through his girlfriend, wife, and so at the Norwegian powerlifting championship, when I competed Norwegian seniors back in the 90s, he coached me.
Wow, you never met him, right?
That may have been the first time. No, I think I met him before that. I met him in other competitions, but he's just a very giving person. Powerlifting started in I think the first national championship in the U.S. was in 1966, before I came to America. But I competed in the junior national championship in Norway in 1968. So that must have been the first or second national championship in Norway in powerlifting.
Wow.
So that's the first time I competed. I was 18 years old. I won it.
Good.
Toughest person I competed against. Obviously 5-time World Strongest Man, Mariusz Pudzianowski. And he's a really nice guy. But he was like, he's like, we call him the Energizer Bunny, because you just steering him in a direction and he just go. I mean, I remember, this is a very funny story, because this is a really funny story about BR. This is the first time you're doing axle clean and press in competition. I think it may even been before or after the first Arnold's. I'm not 100% sure, but we were doing an axle clean and press, and we're doing it in Hawaii. This is the Beauty and the Beast, IFSA World, the Strongman series, and somebody had them loaded. They did be using metric plates on top of the tire wheels, right? So we're using metric plates, and somebody put some weight on there. It was probably like well over 400 pounds on the axle, and it was sitting there for a warm-up weight. And everybody goes, "Oh, they're not going to warm up at this weight, right?" Man, Mariusz goes up there and he tries to lift his weight, which pretty much was unliftable in terms of getting it over the head, at least at that time, because they never tried it before. But he wasn't going to give up. He was trying it for a long time until somebody said, there's a couple of extra plates on this bar, more than you needed,
Have you ever competed against Brian Shaw?
Yeah, and beaten him.
You beat Brian Shaw?
Yeah. In the first All-American that he competed was his first, I think it was the first or second pro contest he competed in. And it wasn't long ago, 2007 maybe, something like that. I don't actually remember the year. And we had 24 athletes competing, and you had to be top 12 after the first day to be able to compete in the competition. And he turned out number 13. I don't know where I was, but I ended up in number 4th or 5th overall in the contest at the end. So yes, I can say I beat him, but that was the first and last time. I've beaten Marius a few times too. I don't know if I think I beat him overall in the first contest we competed. He was only like 20 or 22 years old in Finland.
Have you beat Justin Grunda?
Yes, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But he won that. He won that contest. I didn't win it. He won it.
Do you think Brian Shaw had a lot of potential?
Oh, I knew he had a fantastic. I mean, after he got 13th, stuff like that. I know he was hanging around watching the finals the next day, and he went over there and lifted the inch dumbbell. I thought, this kid is something else. And then first person I heard from on Monday was Brian saying, "Oh, I need help. What do I do to get better?" And I knew this guy is going to go places. And the one thing about Brian is this: if he is weak in an event or doesn't do well in an event, he's going to be training it, and it will be the last time he's weak in that event. I guarantee you. 15 years ago, I get reached out. Mike Bridges reaches out to me. And Mike Bridges was kind of contemporary of Ed Cohen, or maybe actually a little older than older. So he was even before. He was one of the strongest and best powerlifters in the world in the early mid '80s. And he reached out to me. This is he was probably hitting 50 something, and I was already competing, and he see me on World's Strongest Man and stuff like that. And he reached out to me and said, "You're my inspiration, and I'm going to start training again." And he came back, and he in his 50s started doing back to doing 800-pound deadlift and squats at about 200 pounds, 220 maybe body weight. Wow. He has a lot of the all-time best lift in several weight classes. He's an unbelievable lifter, and that was the biggest compliment I ever had. That somebody, he was really a legend of powerlifting.
Yeah. So obviously you're getting older, but when will you know?
What's obvious about that?
Not the hoodie.
What did you say?
As the days go by.
But when will you know when
What's so obvious about that?
When will you know when you stop lifting? When will you?
Never. I agree. I remember when I was just a young kid, when I first came to a commercial gym, because I lifted for 6 years on my own with no direction whatsoever. And when I came to a commercial gym, and I remember people I was hanging out with were powerlifters, weightlifters, bodybuilders, all very serious, and they were probably in their 20s and some were even in their 30s. But they were much older than me. I was like a teenager. And this one guy, I remember always, he was telling the story, saying, we had to do this till you have one foot in the grave and a dumbbell in the other hand. That's how you approach this. I don't know what happened to him and what happened. I know some of the other old guys that were much older than me are still around and kicking good. And I'm planning to just keep doing it till
my goal is
both legs are in the grave.
Yeah. My goal is to beat you in the actual deadlift when you're 90 years old. I don't care if you're 90 years old.
You better damn start training hard. Because at 90 I'm planning to be doing over 200 kilos.
Have you ever beaten Big Z?
Yes, I have. More than once. I think I brought it in the season leading up to in the 2002 season, leading up to the World's Strongest Man. We competed against each other 4 times, and I beat him twice, and he beat me twice. Neither of us won won the contest, but these were Grand Prix in Europe. We were like second, third, fourth in that kind of range. But I beat him twice and he beat me twice. We were just very, very even. And then we went to World Strongest Men that year in Kuala Lumpur, and we ended up in the same heat, in the preliminary heats. And I got injured after like the second or third event, so I had to pull out. And he got second in our group, but then also went and got second against Johnny Perry, that won the group. And then Big Z got second in the finals.
Wow.
And then after that, he went right to Arnold's and win the Arnold's. So,
wow.
History is after that is all history.
This is our weight room. You're going to see some of the strongman shit to be up on the walls too. Some of the old stuff over here. So, what we have here is all the years from the bodybuilding championships we've done, and then you got the strongman shit over there too. Yeah.
Right, here you go.
Looks like they took out. I had all the strongman stuff up here.
There's the Brian.
Looks like they took it down.
Brian's right
Oh yeah,
there.
there's Brian right there.
We're going to check out, find a dumbbell that you cannot lift. That way we can use it as an exhibition.
Where are we going?
I don't know.
Women's section? Oh, wow.
CrossFit.
What are you doing, Ode?
I don't know. I'm bicycling, man. I'm bicycling. Dumbbells on there.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, it's gonna get big because the handles are big on these.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so it's bigger already. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be open. Yeah, nothing.
God damn, bro.
Looks like everything's set for tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, we will see you tomorrow.
All right.
Bye.
We are going over to the Samurai Fitness Center at Yokota Air Base, and we're going to make sure that everything's all squared away so we can head on over to the festival site, and we'll be ready to rock and roll, do the contestants briefing. Mr. Ode Hogan will be doing the contestants briefing, and we should be good to go. Don't roll anywhere.
That's he, Dan.
Yep.
The animal from Irvine, California.
Oh, good morning. I'm gonna pull a bus today.
You used to train with Ode, right? When was this?
We started in 2004, and I was like 215 pounds, so I just came every weekend until I got big enough to go pro after about 5 years. So that was it. I got into powerlifting. I was trying to become pro and was stuck top 3, top 5. So I left strongman for about a year and went powerlifting and got a lot stronger and came back, and then I just walked into everything. So everything was easy after that. So, and then I came to Japan to do a demonstration here 7 years ago, and I stayed here a week and fell in love with the country. So after that, I decided to find work here and come back full time. So one-way ticket.
Yeah. Oh, you did?
Nah.
Yeah, you better get. I did it.
Ode, you saw the bus, right? You're about to pull? It's pretty big.
Yeah, it's a big bus, and it's gonna be full of kids. It's gonna be 70 kids on it.
All right. I'm inside.
I mean, I looked up all of your schedule for the next few months and found that you were coming here.
Are you ready to see some power?
This is great.
Yeah!
This is cool.
All right!
I can't believe this. I don't know. 100,000 people.
This is pretty wild, huh?
I mean, I saw guns, I saw planes, and then I saw strongmen. And a bunch of meat, dude. There's just meat everywhere. Does anyone in the crowd know what a log is?
皆さん諦めないように。
Keep going, let's go! Done! No! Done! Look at this right here. Look at that. Give me a rotator. Hey! Yeah! There it is.
I know.
We're gonna do a little contest, right?
We are, yeah.
Are we doing a whole strongman contest or?
I mean, I think we're gonna have to balance it to each other's strengths,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I get a handicap on strongman stuff. You get a handicap on like body weight stuff, you know, something like that. Or we could do a running. Oh, I got an idea.
Hi, you about to pull a bus? Are you ready for this?
Fuck. I don't know. We'll see.
How creepy is this scale 1 to 10?
The guy, yeah.
With your mustache too.
He's got a mustache or me?
You.
Me taking pictures of you? I mean, this is for your Instagram.
Come on! Do it! Keep it! Go! 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 Wow! やしまった！止まらない！Let's go! 大きくトライしてみてよ！ Come on! すごい！よし！ 大きい拍手お願いします。水飲んでください。水飲んでますか？
Bus was full of people.
水のボトル見えないよ。あげてください。ビールもいいよ。ビールはゆかく。おじさん頑張ってよーと。大きく。わお。大きいのしまったよ。大きく。お願いします。わお。さすが。世界記録持つおじさん。おめでとうございます。
Oh my god!
Show them coming off.
本当に大きい拍手お願いします。今年のゲスト、オーディさん、世界記録持ちます。年取っても元気いっぱいですよ。これで皆さんも同じ道を乗っていただきたい。
Come in here.
続いては横田基地ストローマンチャレンジ2019年の優勝者を、発表させていただきたい。もう少しお待ちください。水飲んでくださいね。
Holy smoke! How many people are in there?
They said there were kids!
Nice fight! Thank you.
Good wife. Let's go. Good?
Yeah!
That's all?
Oh my god! Eventful day today, huh?
Yeah, it's a long day.
Alright, well, I'm gonna sign out here. I'm heading to Barcelona tomorrow. You're heading home.
Yes.
And you're going to collaborate with Tom and Juji next week, right?
Yes, they're coming in 19th, I think, or something like that.
Cool. Well, I'll see you guys in Barcelona.
Alrighty.